Hello, I'm Dr. Elizabeth Freed, and welcome to It's My Honor. I'm an executive coach doing pro bono coaching for the Honor Foundation, an organization dedicated to helping Navy SEALs, Marine Raiders, and other special operators transition from the military to the civilian workforce. And today, it's my honor to introduce you to Tony Waters. Welcome, Tony. How are you?
I am well. It is so good to see you today, Dr. Freed, and have this opportunity to have this interview. Thank you for having me.
I'm glad to do it. You know, I understand that you are transitioning in the fall of this year. Is that right?
That is correct.
That's right. And you are a Navy SEAL. So as a Navy SEAL, tell me about some highlights of your career that you think you'd like to share with the civilian workforce.
I will. I'll focus on a couple of career items that I think would be very applicable to the workforce. So there was a time where I was the number 3 in charge of a 450 person command. And at that time, having a command that big, it's a bit difficult to wrangle and make sure all the requirements are being met. So I wanted to make it as efficient as possible. So I went and met up with these knowledge management professionals, and they said, "Hey, Tony, you may want to take advantage of the SharePoint platform." Now, I had not heard of this before, and I sat with them for a few hours and we chalked up some strategies to go about it. And then we rolled it out. We implemented it. And I tell you, what I also learned, it was a dramatic cultural shift that I was implementing for all of these folks, these 450 folks. And after a short while, they embraced it. They saw the efficiencies and the effectiveness of this program, and it made everybody's medical readiness, their travel organization, it just made everything, it was all connected, and it was extremely effective. In fact, the many West Coast SEAL teams, they started to take a look at what I was doing and the way I organized it, and then they were coming to me, they're like, "Waters, you're clearly a pioneer in SharePoint. We would like to heed and learn from you how to make this same skill set be implemented in theirs." And I was happy to help them.
Well, that's a great example. Are there any other activities that you want to share with me?
Yep, there was another time where I was stationed in Stuttgart, Germany. And in Germany, we had a lot of different partners that needed to be pulled in to do an effort. Just to keep it plain, there was a very serious effort that we needed to synchronize and work together. So this was a very global venture. And in doing so, there was many video teleconferences that had to be organized across many different time zones, and read-aheads and emails. They all had to be, set. Every participant had to be set up for success. That's the way I approached it. I needed to make it easy for the customer. And when they came to these meetings, and many times video and some in person, they were ready. They were ready. And when we did come together, it was very impactful, all the meetings we had and the efforts that we were pursuing. It led to great success. So I felt very good about that.
That's wonderful. So based on these activities, what do you think are the key transferable skills to the civilian workforce?
Well, I've been visiting a number of civilian companies because I'm getting used. I want to get familiarized with the civilian market. And I did notice that many of them are using SharePoint. So I found that very invigorating, knowing that one thing that I've been doing in the military will easily transfer to it. There's another thing about me. I took the Gallup strengths, and one of them was a learner. And technology is one of those things that I eagerly like to learn about. So it's like the different platforms, like the more technology, the better I like it. So, and I think most of the organizations are leaning heavy into technology. So that's a comfort zone for me. Secondly is, as mentioned at being in Stuttgart, Germany, some companies are going global. I mean, that's how they make their business work. And to pull in multiple time zones where people are located, and and that could be difficult in and itself, but pulling everybody in a global environment to work towards a common goal, I thrive in that as well. So I think that would be very transferable, being in that environment there.
So as you're looking at companies and examining where you think you might fit, what type of organizational culture are you looking for?
Well, I tell you that my past is a pretty good indicator of the environments or cultures that I like to be in. And the culture that I come from is one that it's a lot of amazing professionals that are extremely dedicated. And it's not just premium workers or incredible teamwork, but it's to the sense where it feels like a very tight family. So if I can find a company that looks for someone with incredible loyalty and incredible determination and loyalty to make the company, the team, the family successful, that's a company I want to work for.
So if I were to talk to your commanding officer, what would he tell me your strengths are?
He would say to you that Tony Waters is one that is not selfish with sharing success. And what I mean by that is, and I've been in the military for 25 plus years. And what I enjoy to see, because I hear a lot of my peers say, the new generation is a bit different than the generation when we first came in. Change is inevitable, and I embrace change. So when I see new ideas coming from the newer generation coming in, I want to let them go as far as they can. I'm not here to tell them they're not educated or they can't do something. In fact, I tell them the exact opposite. I'm known for telling people to bring their ideas as soon as they can. As a matter of fact, show me how it can work. And then I brag about them. And then I give them rewards. And so that's what my CEO has observed about me, is that I really foster a highly successful and enthusiastic work environment.
Well, that's very admirable. Tony, I want to thank you for spending the morning with me. It was very enlightening. And with that, I'm going to say good day and goodbye. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.